Good afternoon. We're back with more Marvel Champions, and today will be Wolverine versus Magog on Expert difficulty, playing an Uncanny X-Men Leadership Wolverine deck. Wolverine's one of the few heroes that I think aggression is actually decent on. Nonetheless, leadership is still the most reliable aspect for solo, and Uncanny X-Men actually improves Leadership X-Men decks quite a bit. So we're just going to start out with a lunging strike paid for with health and immediately get 2 rating counters on the boss. This quest has unique mechanics. The boss, when he attacks and does damage, he gets 2 rating counters on the champion. The hero gets 2 rating counters for defeating Magog, and there are a few other things that can do it that will come out of the encounter deck. We're trying to race to see who gets the most counters, and this represents performing for a crowd in a Coliseum type environment, I think. So we start out with a quick 2 counters thanks to a lunging strike, which is great. I'm going to use a track by scent, draw 2 cards, and a lot of these allies aren't very good without Uncanny X-Men. There's Uncanny X-Men and To Me My X-Men. So Magog is going to attack here against Colossus, so he doesn't deal any damage, so he doesn't get any counters. And the encounter card is Surprise Contender. He's a big enemy, but when he's defeated we get to place rating counters on the challengers. So once again we'll use a lunging strike, just do a quick 8 damage and take out the contender. Another 2 rating counters, so off to a very strong start so far. Gonna spend our 3 cards in hand for Uncanny X-Men, deal another 2 damage, and draw 5. The boss is going to get some rating counters himself this round since I don't have any way to prevent him from doing damage. It's going to be 5 damage to the face, which almost kills Wolverine. Then an encounter card, Defend the Title. Magog attacks you. If a hero defends against this attack and takes no damage, place 2 rating counters on the challengers. That's not going to be possible. So he'll have to attack Colossus, which means Colossus's damage goes to waste there. And now we're tied with rating counters. Wolverine regenerates 2 health. Angel only costs 1 here thanks to Uncanny X-Men's discount. So we're going to use 2 resources for a Berserker Barrage. No, now I reconsider. And I decide I'll play To Me My X-Men using Havoc. And we grab Professor X, that's great. So we can go ahead and confuse the boss, thwart for 3 with the Professor, and use Berserker Barrage to get Angel out, deal 2 damage. And here we'll flip to Alter Ego and recover for 6. Draw 5, and then at the end of the phase, the Professor will come back to hand. So 1-2 threat, and the boss will remove his Confuse, and then we got an encounter card, which is Jolt of Adrenaline. Magog gains Retaliate 1 and Stalwart. When his hit points are gone, we get 1 on the challengers, and the card gets discarded. So we'd like to take out his 5 hit points all in one go if possible, so that we don't proc the Retaliate, but that may not be possible. We'll use To Me My X-Men again and grab Beast. Nope, Jubilee. I leave To Me My X-Men there just to remind myself that she is not permanent. So here I realize that if I attack with Wolverine first, he can take the Retaliate, and then Angel can finish off the boss in that still should. I'm not actually sure about the timing of that, whether that should proc retaliate or not. I played it as if it does, but I'm not sure that when you finish off the boss's hit points, if he still has his retaliate from that encounter card go off. I did mark the extra damage on Angel, but I'm not 100% sure that's right. It's possible you don't have to. We'll use Track by Scent to draw 2 cards. And probably get Beast out here. So I should flip the challengers, since it's now got more than 5 counters on it. Which I'll realize in just a moment. I forget here that Beast costs only 4 only 3 instead of 4 because he's an X-Man. And I pay too much for him. Grab a resource card. Just a moment, I realize that the challenger should be flipped. Now I realize that Beast should have cost 1 less, and that I would have wanted to keep the challengers, but that I can't play Forge right away like I would have wanted because there's 3 allies on the table. So I decide that I don't know what I decided. I guess that I was going to discard Forge. Yeah, that's what I decided. And here I flip the challengers, and we got to go find Surprise Contender. So, just have to get through this round, and then I can finish off Surprise Contender and Magog, hopefully next round with 12 damage, but we'll see. So Magog will attack Angel, who does have +1 HP thanks to Uncanny X-Men. That's why he's not dead. Two counters for that. It's going to flip the champion, which draws a card for me. And then we got Surprise Contenders attacking. He's villainous, so he should get a boost card, which I may have forgotten. I'm not sure, but it wouldn't have made any difference. It would have just been 2 additional damage. No guard on the Omega Red, so we can just ignore him. Need to deal 7 damage to Surprise Contenders and 5 to Magog to win. With Jubilee in hand, that's not going to be an issue. She gives +2 attack to herself and to Wolverine. So we can deal 3 with her, 4 with Wolverine. That will deal a damage to the Surprise Contenders. And then we got a Slice and Dice along with Beast to finish off the boss. So this scenario is a damage race. And I liked it. I liked it a lot because that's unique. It's rare that a scenario really encourages you to race down the boss. Some of them have a race down strategy available. You can rush down Ronin, for example, but you get the impression when you're doing it that it wasn't really the way the scenario was designed, and the availability of the rush down option is kind of inadvertent. In this scenario, it's designed that way. Rush down is the way to go. And so it seems made specifically for a hero like Wolverine or like Gambit, which I like. I enjoyed the scenario. It tends to be quick when you win, but I enjoyed this scenario. And I like playing Wolverine. He's a lot of fun. So, thank you for watching.